Hey folks, today is Sunday, May 17th, 11:28 a.m. My name is James. Let's take a look and see what's going on with the indexes and some of the other stocks that I've been watching. So it's amazing to me how the market seems to want to keep going up. It kind of looks like at times it's getting ready to turn over, and then all of a sudden you get an update and it kind of bounces. So looking at the S&P, I did have an ascending channel here at first, and now it's just kind of rolled, and it actually broke through the lower line of the channel at one point and then just started to kind of go like that. So it looks like it's going to hold up, and which is unbelievable because we have terrible jobs numbers, unemployment, nothing's open, though now they're starting to get things open. And the economy just isn't moving. So how do we have a stock market that wants to go forward? And I think it's on hope, I guess. The hope that we will get things reopened. The hope that with all the Fed moves and the bills that were passed to support the economy, it really looks like we should be well supported and then be able to move forward. So I think it's on hope, but it doesn't really matter right now. Technically speaking, the market still seems to want to keep going forward and keep moving up. So the S&P is kind of going sideways, and I have this support level here, and I can see a resistance level there. So maybe we're going to form a sideways channel, which could be good because I can go up or down, and then it could still continue to build higher. That's the S&P. The Nasdaq still has this ascending channel / rising wedge. It kind of looks wedgish to me because we can still kind of get a tight top. But the S&P had the same thing, and it just kind of moved to the right and then just started to go sideways. So maybe that's all we're going to keep doing, is trying to find a way to go higher. The Russell has a bull flag, which implies more upside. So it's really strange. And then if you look at the oscillator, the McClellan oscillator for the Nasdaq is only down -6, which is essentially flat. That means that if the market decides to go up, there's not going to be a lot of resistance. We have room to go up if it wants to keep doing that. So we might keep going up. It's hard to tell, but that's kind of seems to be the trend. So let's look at the stocks that I've been looking at. PGNY. I had this resistance point for a long time, and I had an ascending line that kind of got broke, but I still could see this clear resistance point. So when the earnings came out, it gapped up and dropped, and I bought it as it pulled back towards the breakout point. It held and then bounced. 2 days ago it was down, though it still held the line, and then yesterday it tested the line again and dipped a bit lower and bounced back over and closed up 94. So that was a good close, and I kind of have a little flag for me. I don't know if that's really accurate, but it still looks good to me. It's holding that support line now, and that's exactly what I wanted it to do. That's the only one I'm in right now. Netflix broke out on Friday, but the volume wasn't great. But I've seen Netflix break trend lines before on low volume and then really go higher, and it's really been trending actually from this triangle, and then there's another triangle, so it's broken again. I feel like I could have bought it, but I've been burned a number of times on stocks that kind of broke out and turned over on me. Since I think that the market really broke out where you could buy it a while ago. If you look at the S&P, there's a big falling or descending channel that it broke over the top of that, and that was really the point where the market had some momentum to bounce. I think that was really the area we should have been buying in. And I've tried to get into other things, and they just haven't worked. So there's still some choppiness, but the stocks that were trending out of that break are still trending, like Shopify, like MSCI, like Nvidia, PDD. There's a number of them that broke out and really trended out of that break of the channel on the S&P, and then everything else from that point, really the breakouts haven't worked, except for Netflix is another one that's actually working. So I think that the trend is going to continue. Netflix, it might still go higher from there. Lam Research has a nice triangle. A lot of the stocks that have been working are semiconductors, and Lam Research is in that sector, in that realm. So that one could end up breaking out to the upside, though it is symmetrical. So if the market tanks, this could break to the downside as well. Alibaba is Chinese. It also has big symmetrical triangle. It already went through its earnings report, I think. No, it didn't. May 22nd. That's I got confused. I had a date of last week. Then I didn't see any earnings. They're on May 22nd, so be careful. But those earnings, if they're good, might push it out of this triangle. So keep an eye on Alibaba. MasterCard has a nice resistance point right there, about 285.29. And I think it already had its earnings. I'd have to check. I think they already came out. But that's a nice ascending triangle. Generac has this nice symmetrical triangle forming, and it's trending up towards the upper line there. So that could break out. Again, I would say be really, really careful, because the real momentum that pushed a lot of these breakouts to work before already happened. And I don't know that a lot of these are going to have momentum out of these triangles. I might be waiting a little longer to see if we get, I don't know, another catalyst to push us higher, or another really good base or something form on the S&P. So AMD's got a nice triangle as well. So again, that is a semiconductor. Those are some of the stocks that have actually been trending. But I would say be careful, because a lot of stuff I've tried, I've just been burned on over and over. And then EXEL is a biotech. It had a little triangle that I had on there before that failed, but it's forming a bigger one there. So we're going to give that more time and see what it does. So that's all the stocks, but these ones I have at the bottom are just the TVIX and the VIXI, and I've been kind of watching those. You can see what's forming on there, a descending channel, which is normally broken to the upside, and that would mean the market's going to go down. So I'm keeping an eye on those, and I don't know if it's actually implying the market's going to tank again, but it looks like that's possible. So just be careful. And that's it. I'll see you next time.